Known to you from his days at Sky News and as a former advisor to Theresa May. He has been at the pounding heart of these battles before, and I'm delighted you found time to join us this afternoon, Joey. Good to see you. This has become an utter shambles, but who do you think it's hurting most, Number 10 or the Met?
I think nobody's coming out of this well at the moment in terms of the build-up, if you like, to the publication. Ultimately, the damage from this particular period for Downing Street could well be dwarfed by the impact when it actually comes out. So I think that of the two parties that you identify, it's probably the Met that have more questions to ask themselves at the moment as to how they've allowed themselves to get into a situation where there's so much cynicism, so much anger, and so much, if you like, sort of conspiracy theory that's built up around the idea that Cressida Dick and her colleagues are doing everything that they can to get the Prime Minister out of jail free, if you like. And I think that could have been avoided quite easily just by being a bit more transparent and a bit more upfront about the reasons behind their decision-making.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be talking to Edward Henry, the QC, about exactly that point when we have finished our conversation. But it could take you a step back into that very crisp analysis as well. The Prime Minister stands accused in several of the papers of colluding with the Met to thwart Sue Gray. Given your experience, is that bonkers or is it actually possible?
I don't believe that. I don't think that is plausible. I think that it's abundantly likely that the Prime Minister would do anything that he possibly could to diminish the impact of the report. And I think we're right to be sceptical or cynical, indeed, about suggestions that it could be heavily redacted, because that would be evidently to the Prime Minister's benefit. Myself, I actually think that from the Met perspective, the likelihood is that, I mean, I remember reporting, as you will, Alastair, on the whole Labour Party cash for peerages investigation that was a total fiasco for the Met. They built it up into this mass. There were dawn raids on Tony Blair's close Downing Street aides. There was a suggestion that this was going to bring down the government, and it just was a complete damp squib and a humiliation and really damaging to the Met's overall reputation at that time. I think they were scarred by that. I think that's why there was no appetite for getting into this sort of investigation at the outset. Now that they have, though, they need to be far more transparent as to what they're doing and why.
Yeah.